Hi, Toothla here. Um, as some of you know from watching my videos, that I've been off on a little kick of responses and telling, kind of sort of reporting on news events as I've been going along. Um, which I'm going to continue doing that. That's just kind of something that I want to report on and whatnot. But I'm also going to be still doing my other things. And one of those things I stated before was I was going to be doing movie reviews and game reviews. And I figured for this one, I'm going to do a movie review on definitely a movie that I have a vested interest in. And boy, let me tell you, I decided that let's do this on one that is it definitely kind of touches near and dear to me because I am a big nerd. I you know grew up watching various movies and stuff, and one of course my favorites of all time was this Clash of the Titans. I grew up with that. Harryhausen effects, and I mean, we got all the people. I mean, Harry Hamlin, Maggie Smith, Laurence Olivier, this Meredith. Of God, I mean, just the amount of people that were involved with that film. I mean, especially the Ray Harryhausen effects. I mean, granted, it's stop motion, and what people are used to today with the special effects. You know, the stop motion animation that was done in the original Clash of the Titans is one of the things that made it so great. You know, from the appearance of Pegasus to the battle with Medusa to the final fight against the Kraken, the battle with the Scorpions, the whole 9 yards. I mean, just made Clash of the Titans such an awesome movie. I mean, you cannot even begin to describe what an impact to me with Clash of the Titans that came along and stuff of what was some of the type of stuff that I expected to see out of movies as I grew up. And of course, as things have gone along, special effects have gotten better. The actors and whatnot have gotten more skilled at their craft. The older actors are still there. They bring a lot to the table and whatnot. And invariably, the way things sit now, you're going to have remakes and stuff, which unfortunately, is the case for Clash of the Titans because Clash of Titans did have a remake. And I gotta say, folks, in the words of Ron White, especially when, I mean, these are aimed directly at Hollywood, if you got an idea, just let it go. Seriously. The new remake of Clash of the Titans. Okay, first off, let's get some of the basic information out of here. Okay. New Clash of the Titans is directed by Louis Leterrier, presented by Warner Brothers. The original Clash of Titans was made by MGM and was directed by Desmond Davis. The directing styles could not be any more different. Clash of the Titans, the original, relied upon acting. They brought in good actors for it to bring the acting in there. The new one brings in terms of people acting in it. Okay, we got Sam Worthington as Perseus, Gemma Arterton as Io, uh, Mads Mikkelsen and Alexia Davalos, both as Greek soldiers. I can't really remember their name. They were actually some of the better actors in there. They played two of the soldiers that ran with Perseus in this. with Ralph Fiennes and Liam Neeson. Ralph Fiennes playing Hades and Liam Neeson playing Zeus. Okay, I can't really, in terms of the acting on that, I can't really uh, disagree with the choice of Ralph Fiennes and Liam Neeson. They're both really, really good actors. Ralph Fiennes was he was one of the critical things that made Red Dragon such a memorable film, with him playing the title character, the Red Dragon, at least as he became, in his evolution. But that's a completely different point. And Liam Neeson, you know, Liam Neeson's pretty good in whatever he is. Probably one of the best films I saw Liam Neeson in was Kinney. And I really like that just because of Liam Neeson being in it. But in this, oh my god. Uh, now, as a lot of you may know, and this is actually something I'm touching on a big point here, Ralph Fiennes played Lord Voldemort in the last couple Harry Potter films. And he seems to be just doing his damnedest to fucking channel Lord Voldemort in this. The Hades he plays in this, first off, is just a recycled version of Hades from Disney's Hercules, where he's actually making a power play against the gods. And he does this weird kind of hunched over walking, speaking in a raspy whispery voice, which he doesn't even really pull off all that convincingly. you know how I mean, this is a character that is supposed to be, like, through the film, he's supposed to be kind of creepy, intimidating behind the shadows character, but he spends a great deal of time pushing so hard to try to, Ralph Fiennes tries to push that particular aspect. And the thing is, I know he can do that. But he just, in this, everything's so overshadowed by him hunched over and dressed in black and, so cloaked in CGI, it's not even funny. The character has no real threat value as the character's antagonist. you know. And then you got Liam Neeson, who's playing another critical role. He's playing Zeus, and he's doing his best to channel Qui-Gon Jinn, you know. Which then brings me to Sam Worthington's character, who through this whole thing, he plays Perseus, and I swear to God, he is doing, his best to channel both Kratos from God of War and young Anakin Skywalker from the first Star Wars, the Phantom Menace. Because there's times to where he's sitting there and it's like, oh, I'm out for vengeance. Hades killed my family. And then all of a sudden, when things are coming along that are just like, well, you need to embrace your destiny. You're a demigod. And, when you accept that power, you will go on, i.e., the power is within you all along, and you win. And so he all of a sudden turns into Anakin. It's like, no, I can do this as a man. Oh my God, pick one. Seriously, please. I've heard Sam is a good actor. I've heard that he's some of the stuff that he's been in has been really, really good stuff. But I mean, like I said, with this one, it's like, pick one. Are you Kratos? Are you young Anakin Skywalker? You're trying to blend two characters that just don't match. And then, they have a lot of the rest of the story, which is just basically having a hard time competing against the special effects of the film. They completely change from the original Clash of the Titans, to where it was more the retelling of Perseus saving Cassiopeia, to this power play between the gods, between man, and Perseus kind of get pulled into it as he seeks revenge against Hades for killing his family. It's a convoluted mess. I mean, it is just, insane. Like I said, the two guys that played Argosian soldiers, That's another big gripe. I mean, I'll completely get into that in a completely different topic some other time. But I mean, we'll just for sticking with the purposes of the new Clash of the Titans, uh, the the two guys that play the Argosian soldiers that come along with him with Perseus to help out on this are the best things. They actually help keep the story flowing and whatnot. But and the only thing this film has, even in contact with the original one, is that we got the Medusa fight, we got the fight with the scorpions, we got the fight with the Kraken, and that's it. 3 whole points. And I mean, oh god, I cannot, like I said, just like I said, as a fan of the original Clash of the Titans, when I heard that they were making a remake, I was so skeptical. I mean, it was not even funny, because I was just along the lines that it's like, dude, you guys in Hollywood, you can fuck this up so hardcore, so fast. And the way you can fuck this up is by going the special effects route. And they did. I mean, I could have bet money on it. You know, everything has been so changed, and I mean, there's so many things that were original ones that they had like little homages to and whatnot. Like, okay, there was a character in the first Clash of the Titans called Boo Boo. He was a mechanical owl. Okay, he was actually very pivotal to the film. In this one, Boo Boo appears in there as a cameo. Just this nice little thing that is a bit of nostalgia just thrown in there for the original fans. And that's it. And I knew immediately after I saw the scene with Boo Boo in it, where Perseus picks him up, asks, "What's this?" And one of the soldiers, seeing that, says, "That's nothing. We don't need it. Forget about it." And that was it. I mean, immediately there, I knew that the pace for the film had completely and utterly changed. Because they didn't have any of the classic things in there. They completely rework so much stuff in here that this is, I mean, if they had just named this Greek legend, it would have been so much better. But instead they decided to name it Clash of the Titans, and it was not Clash of the Titans. Which now goes on to the little bit to where I recommend this and stuff. If I'm going to recommend anything, if you want to see a good action film, rent the new Clash of the Titans. You will get a good action film. I did like it in terms of an action film and a special effects film. It's got awesome special effects. It's got really good action sequences. But if you're a fan of the original, skip this one entirely. So if you want a good action film to have in your library, I'd say pick it up. If you want something that actually has story, plot, good acting, something that you can get into and stuff, go out and pick up the original Clash of the Titans. Because this one, like I said, this is it's Clash of the Titans in name only. There are like 3 or 4 things that tie the two together. And it is just, like I said, it was, I mean, like I said, there's just the things that they changed. I mean, there were so many drastic changes to it that it, like I said, it pretty much wasn't Clash of the Titans. It was just Clash of the Titans in the name. So, but like I said, man, anyway, that's my review. And I hope that you enjoyed this. And I'm sorry if I seemed like I was ranting. I kind of was. So, thanks for your time. It's good, though. I'll see you guys later.